In this video, I'll be sharing with you variations of the very popular amongst the ladies and the men, very functional and one of the best exercises in the world, the squat. This is Marge and you're watching Fitsploration, where you can find lots of tips and ideas on how to stay fit while having fun. I've previously posted a video about how to do the basic squat, and I've explained why it's very important and what you need to do to have the proper form for a squat. But you see, there's more where that came from. There's lots of variations of squats to target different areas of your legs and your glutes as well as your core, and sometimes it could also be made into a cardio workout. So with this video, I'll be sharing just body weight exercises, body weight squat exercises. That means you don't really have to have any equipment at all except for basic things in your household like a stool or a chair. I'll be sharing with you variations of squats using equipment another time, but this video is just mostly to show you that there's so many different ways that you can spice up your squat as well as master your squat game.
The basic squat. Now make sure that you watch the video that I posted recently about how to do a proper squat. Make sure to master this, because this basic squat is the one that you would need to use when you do weighted squats or when you lift with barbells and dumbbells, and I'll do a video of that another time. A narrow stance squat means you're bringing your feet closer together and your quads are the one that's being focused by this exercise. So to do that, just stand with your feet in a closed stance, toes pointed straight ahead, hinge at your hips and sit back in a squat, ensuring that your knees don't cave in. Then stand up when your thighs are parallel to the ground. With whatever squat exercise that you do, or any exercise that you do actually, when you lengthen or extend the muscle, that's when you inhale, and when you contract the muscle, that's when you would exhale. The sumo squat is a squat where you have got a wide stance of your feet. So instead of hip width apart or slightly wider than hip width apart, you're standing a lot wider than the shoulder width apart, and you do your normal squat. Now this targets your inner thighs, with every squat that you do, always make sure that you try to control your core and have a neutral spine. When I say control, just always have your core contracted. That way you're helping yourself balance as you lower yourself down and you lift yourself up into a standing position. Plie squats. You can channel your inner ballerina with this plie squat, and this means that you're also going to be targeting your hips. Start with your feet wider than shoulder width apart, with your toes pointed out. Now as you bend your knees, drop until your thighs are parallel to the ground, or as far as you can go. Keep your chest up throughout the movement and push through your heels to return to the start position. If you notice that you can't really go as low as the parallel to the ground level, that means your hips are not as stretched or not as flexible. I too am working on that. What we can do is try to do some warm-ups just before you do any of your exercise. The single leg squats. Now, not to be confused with a pistol squat. A single leg squat is just that, a squat on one leg. Now, the main difference with a pistol squat is that your free leg, doesn't have to be parallel to the ground. And this is something that's good for beginners, just like myself. You can use this to progress into a pistol squat. As you lift one leg up and you squat as far as you can go, you're trying to work on your balance. You can use a chair to help you progress with this single leg squat. Split squats. Now they look very similar to lunges, except for lunges you're moving or walking forwards or backwards, while with a split squat you are being static. You're staying in the same position. So you start with your staggered stance with one foot in front of the other, your hips facing forward. Perform your squat by dropping down until your thighs are parallel to the ground, and stand up and squeeze your glutes. This is a great unilateral exercise to make sure that you strengthen both of your legs. So make sure to switch legs after you've done one side. Bulgarian split squats is a variation of the split squats where you are going to put your foot up or elevated in a chair, a bench, or a stool, and this places a focus on your quads more than any other parts of your leg. The beauty of this exercise is that it also really engages your core as you try to balance yourself with your foot. So make sure to just always activate your core whenever you do this. Well, with any other squat workouts anyway, you've got to make sure that you activate your core. And once you're finished with one side, you can do the next side. Like I said, unilateral work is really good for strengthening both of your legs, especially those that's the less dominant leg. Frog squats. Now this oddly named squat is due to the fact that you will be starting by dropping down into a basic squat looking like a frog. You place your elbows inside your knees, clasping your hands together, keeping your elbows where they are. Slowly start to straighten your legs, pushing your hips up in the air as far as you can, then lower back down. Now this exercise is good for your quads, your hamstrings and glutes, as well as your adductor muscles and your calves. Speaking of another oddly named squat, a prisoner squats. Now you got your hands in a prisoner position with your hands behind your head and dropping down into a squat, a basic squat as normal. Now this position of your arms and behind your head is good for stabilizing your core as well as your back and shoulder muscles. Side squats. Now it's very important that you work on all planes of motion when you're exercising, so not just front or back but also side to side. Now this would help with your agility as well as strengthening other muscles besides your legs. You're also going to be strengthening your core. As you step your right foot to the side, you squat back to center, left and center. Now a variation of the side squat is the lateral squat walk, where you complete a side squat, but instead of stepping back to center, you continue moving in one direction and repeat the same number of steps on the other direction. So you're continuously in a squat position, keeping your muscles and core engaged and squeezing your glutes the whole time. Now, as you do your squats, you can add kicks with your squats just so you are able to strengthen your legs as well as do some functional things like front kicks or side kicks, as well as some back kicks. So this would also add a bit of cardio workout to your exercise. Now we'll be moving on to some plyometric squats, where it involves explosive movements that requires your muscles to exert maximum effort in a very short amount of time, and you will be combining your strength and speed to make yourself more powerful. The first one is a jump squat. With a jump squat, you're going to do a basic squat position and explode up through your toes into a jump and land softly onto your toes. The next one is a pop squat, where you will be rising up and popping up, landing your feet out wide and bending your knees to do a squat, then immediately jumping back to the middle with your feet and then rising up and popping up again. The next one is a squat jack. Now, squat jacks are basically just doing jumping jacks, but at the end of the jack, instead of just having your feet planted on the floor, you squat down into a basic squat and then do the same thing of doing a jack and then a squat.
I hope you found this video very useful. Now you've got lots of ideas of what you can do to add into your exercises for your lower body workout days. And if you do find this useful, why don't you share it with your friends, your gym buddies, and also don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. It really does support me and help me grow my channel, and also lets me know which of my videos that you enjoy so that I can continue making more of them, as well as, if you try those variations of squats, I've also got some lower body exercises that includes equipment as well as body weight exercises, so feel free to check them out. I'll be posting them on the description box below. And yes, hopefully have a great time doing your squats and enjoy your workouts. See you soon.